Flaying Tendrils. I guess Vizier's a 1/3, right?
No, it's a 2/1. We just said that.
Isn't? No, I think Vizier's actually a 1/3.
It's a 2/1. It's certain. Vizier of Remedies is certainly a 2/1.
You're a 2/1. I really thought Vizier of Remedies was a.
No, maybe you're thinking of that new 1/3 guy.
The one that's like a fiend, the Fiend Hunter.
No. Oh, that's a yes. That card is a 1/3. The dwarf thing.
Yeah, the splashable Fiend Hunter.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. Vizier's 2/1. It's dies to literal everything.
It doesn't die to -1/-1 counter effects though. That's for sure.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I didn't think about that. But it does die to like dead weight.
Yeah.
Or stab wound.
Gut shot, yeah.
Let me just say, I think stab wound's a sweet card. Did you ever play with stab wound in limited?
I don't even know what stab wound is, so I did not.
3 mana splashable black enchantment. The guy gets -2/-2, and during its controller's upkeep, they lose 2 life.
Oh yeah, I've seen
really,
like
really good in limited.
There was a weird version of that from Oath called Visions of Brutality. It was 1 in a black. It was a devoid card. I think it just like pacified the creature, but it made them lose 1 or 2 life every upkeep. All right, so here we are on turn 1. Looks like Andrew's got a Thoughtseize for John's hand, but John did get to resolve his bird turn 1. So we got Reflector Mage, Coco, Knight of the Reliquary. I think another land there.
It's a beautiful Birds of Paradise.
No, it isn't. It has a white border.
Did you know that 9th edition birds, that same, whatever birds that is,
Foil.
No, the 7th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7th edition one with that art in foil has a black border.
Right, yeah.
And it's worth $500.
Yes. I was aware of that.
So Jonathan's thinking about what he wants to do with 3 mana. He'll go ahead and fetch. I like it. Seems like a plan. Maybe he'll just play an Eternal Witness and get his fetch land back.
He could do that. He could just play his Knight.
Nah, Knight seems good. There's even a small chance that he can just win on turn 3 here, but
yep, here's the Knight.
I know we've been over this, Mario.
Yeah, I know your least favorite Knight art.
All right, sorry, I won't even
the
go
worst
there.
Knight art.
I won't even go there.
I agree in it being a bad art.
It's bad.
And you know I have a penchant for alternate arts. That one's just not a good one.
Yeah, it's not. Especially when the original's so beautiful.
So we'll see if Andrew's most common turn 2 play is probably Jace.
Yeah, I assume he's got a Jace. I guess it could be a Knight's Whisper. No. Probably a Jace.
Yeah, otherwise he's probably going to want to remove Knight of the Reliquary if he can. It looks like it's Jace. Yep. So he's only got 2 cards in the yard currently. He probably won't be able to flip it next turn, but it's not impossible.
Does John have the removal for this guy?
Not that I'm aware. He has Coco. Well, we knew he had Coco, and I think one more land. I guess that's a basic forest?
Yep.
Is that
something
special? I've never seen that.
I actually played against Jonathan in the standard PPTQ like a few months ago, and he played he was playing Teamer Energy, and all of his basics were that. I can't even remember what it is.
Huh.
But yeah, I know he likes them a lot, and he owns a whole lot of them.
Interesting.
I just don't know what they are.
So here is another Knight and Vizier of Remedies.
Vizier is a 2/1 for those of you who didn't know or forgot or confused it with a Fiend Hunter.
Yeah. And he's going to get in there with one of his Knights for 4. So this is a pretty big board state for Andy to deal with here. 2 Knights are pretty powerful.
Now Andy can always do something like gifts into Supreme Verdict. But you're right. There's a lot of power and also combo potential.
So that puts 1 card in his graveyard, and then if he has a fetch land, he would be able to flip Jace here, but flipping Jace is not like too good in the face of both of these Knights. I mean, it only gives a creature -3/-0. And it'll just die to the other 2. And he does have Inquisition and a Goryo's Vengeance. Ooh, oh wow. I mean, this line, I guess it's actually not that good. So Andy could use Jace, discard the Elish Norn in his hand, and then Goryo's Vengeance it back, but
yeah, Elish Norn won't really deal with the Knights.
It looks like he might be setting that play up at instant speed here to block one of them.
To block one Knight?
Right.
So yeah, but of course, depending on what John does, he can actually play around that by leaving up a knight.
Sure.
Just by using it to, sack and
It seems
grow
like the
the knights.
instant speed reanimate Elishnorn is not something you really play around, but you never know. I mean,
What if we see a company in response hit a spell queller? That would make me so sad.
for the Goryos, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the instant speed Goryo's Elishnorn, but
It looks like he's getting in there with both of them. Interestingly, not attacking with the Vizier. Not sure.
yeah, I don't
his
see
reasoning
exactly
for that
why
would
you
be.
don't do that. But
So alternatively, if Andy has another instant, he could just block and flip. He's just gonna take 8. Huh.
so here's the thing. My feelings about John's play there just now. When you have 2 knights, you're much if you're you could have just swung with 1 knight and a Vizier, and then use the other knight to grow the knight depending on what your opponent's answers were, and then get the same damage in, and then grow both knights exponentially the next turn.
Sure.
I don't know why you just attack with 2 knights and not the Vizier. I think the best thing to do there is attack with 1 knight and the Vizier, leave up a knight for mana purposes, for silver bullet purposes, and to grow both knights for next turn.
So I wonder if Andy's kind of trying to bait John into like going for the combo here, because he knows John has this Cord in hand, which could go find the Devoted Druid, and then Elishnorn becomes a more of a blowout, but he might not be able to take out the knights in that case. Taking the 8 there was really interesting to me. So John's going to Cord for 2, clearly thinking about going for that Devoted Druid, which would give him infinite mana if he untaps with it. We're going to respond with Goryo's Vengeance? Okay.
So yeah, it'll kill the Vizier.
He still gets the Cord.
Yeah.
And I guess he can't find anything because it would just die to Elishnorn. But wouldn't we want to let Cord resolve and then get whatever he got? Huh.
Yeah, the reason he can't wait until, well,
He could wait, right? Because
Yeah,
he gets priority back at this end step.
yeah, you're right. I guess the reason not to wait is if your opponent has, well, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say if your opponent conceivably has some weird ass 2-drop or less answer that deals with Elishnorn, but that wouldn't help either.
Maybe
because
this is unlikely, but maybe he didn't want the Druid in the yard in case John draws an Eternal Witness, or maybe he just
Sure.
didn't think about it. I mean, he could have just
yeah,
done
that's
done
one.
you know.
Yeah,
So I think John does actually have, he's got a retreat there, but that doesn't just end the game yet, right?
well, it depends, but it can.
Activate Jason response? Okay, so Jace flips, sure. That does actually trigger Revolt because it exiles and comes back in as a planeswalker. That is really interesting. So now,
Yeah, so push a knight with Revolt from the Jace.
okay.
Jonathan is reading Revolt to make sure that's legit.
a really I've never even considered
No,
that
it's
as a
it's definitely true.
yeah. It says
and
it
works.
exiles and comes back into
Yep.
play. Yeah.
And so John can't win automatically unless he he can't. So he can still tap down the Elishnorn with Coral Helm.
Sure. And he can get enough lands to make Knight big enough, right?
Assuming he can make it. Well, yeah, Andrew's at 5 life, so ostensibly yes. Even with the -2/-2 on the
Yeah.
Elishnorn. If only Andrew had a Ravenous Trap.
Oh, and even as a Wolf Run. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. So Knight's yep.
Yeah, because so what Coral Helm does is let John untap the Knight of the Reliquary, and then John can just keep sacrificing his lands to grow the Knight of the Reliquary big enough to attack for 5 there. So that was actually pretty close. I mean, closer than I thought it was going to be. The Ellisnorn play, I don't know. I think it would have been better the turn before when John attacked with both the knights.
Yeah, but it just seemed. I mean, given the coral helm, it seems like it didn't matter, right?
Well, no, because
Well, but you mean if you would have blocked one?
yeah,
Blocked one and then fatal push the other one.
right. Which he didn't have the fatal push at the time, so he didn't
Right.
he didn't know about that. But obviously, if he draws one removal spell, right, then any removal spell gets rid of both of them with the block play. But it's less likely that he'd draw 2 removal spells.
Sure.
So John takes game 1 with one of his combos. I'm wondering. I mean, Andy definitely wants any more Supreme Verdicts he has here. Flaying Tendrils is interesting. It's good against the Vizier combo, but bad against Knights. So, I don't know, do you think you would bring Flaying Tendrils in?
Yeah, Flaying Tendrils, I feel like you do it just because Mana Dorks and the Vizier combo. But yeah, there are going to be some number of games where it just is sitting in your hand and is a terrible sideboard card.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's tough to. If he's got like 2, maybe bring in one of them.
Sure. So there's not really a way to like interact with the Knight combo in a way that normal combos you can interact with. You know, like Rest in Peace doesn't affect it in any way. Stony Silence doesn't affect it in any way. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't. Grafdigger's Cage would be good here, but it doesn't affect that combo in any. Yeah, no, it doesn't affect that combo in any way.
Yeah, even enchantment removal is not very good because you can just go off in response.
Grafdigger's Cage doesn't stop Knight. It's just creatures entering, not lands.
Yeah, I mean Grafdigger is still great in the matchup.
Right, because of Chord and stuff. Yeah. Hallowed Moonlight, that would be pretty good.
Hallowed Moonlight, it's a real card. Andy might actually be
Yeah.
well. So Hallowed Moonlight, both players would want because it's really good against
Sure.
Goryos and
Yeah.
against Obsidat. And it's good against Lingering Souls. I mean, it's not good against Lingering Souls, but it trades half a card for half a card.
Sure. Now, as for John's side, he could probably bring in some Graveyard Hate, but I wonder. Yeah, that's probably good. He probably brings in Rest in Peace here, I guess. Stops. It can stop Jace from flipping. It can stop Jace. It stop Jace's ability from flashing back cards.
Yeah, but it
Stops
also
Lingering
also
Souls,
shuts off
stops
your knight.
Goryos.
Like,
yeah, it makes your knight worse. Sure.
well, it makes you unable to combo win with it for 1.
Yeah.
I don't love Rest in Peace here. I think that new card from Ixalan, John could try. What's it called?
Ashes of the Abhorrent.
Yeah, Ashes of the Abhorrent. I like that card. I don't think it's quite good enough for Modern. It's a nice option instead of Rest in Peace for decks that care about their own graveyard.
Yeah.
But this would be a good deck to try it in.
Sure.
The gaining 1 life when a creature dies is actually like kind of dope. There are some decks that can take a lot of advantage of that.
I mean, it makes it better against Dredge, I guess.
Sure. It might be really cool in like a just as a something to try in black-white tokens. Black-white tokens doesn't love Rest in Peace because their own Lingering Souls,
yeah.
but you know, in that deck you're losing life from your Bitter Blossoms, but you have a lot of creatures that can die, and so you can recoup some of that life.
Sure.
It seems kind of fun.
I wonder if we'll see both combo wins here.
I bet
Combo and
I bet Andy
other way.
brings in that 3-drop French woman. The Esper. Yeah. We talked about this last week.
Is it like Merrick something?
Yeah, it's like Mary Kay.
Merrick Key Lee or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
that's
what
the
you're
one.
talking about.
So Andy's playing it because
what is
it interacts really well with Goryo's Vengeance and Minimo, School at Water's Edge, and it's really good in against these creature decks that don't have much removal.
I'm trying to look up what the name of this card is. It's
Yeah.
it's an old card, right?
Yeah,
It's an old legendary card.
Yeah, I think it's actually from the set Legends.
But it was in Time Spiral Flashback or whatever.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, Marique Reberit. I'm not even gonna try.
Can we get that card up on screen?
Yeah, can we? Who's stream rec? Yeah, can we get Mary Ray Berry? It's MERIEKE RIBERIT.
Huh.
And anyway, she sort of she likes Sower of Temptation stuff over and over. It's
You can steal it, right? Yeah.
she's basically a Vidalcan Shackles, except for she's a lot better than Vidalcan Shackles if you can keep her alive and exploit her ability with untap effects.
Sure.
Or play her with haste out of your graveyard with Goryo's Vengeance.
So Andy was able to fatal push the Birds of Paradise there, but John hit another mana dork in the form of no Hierarch. Looks like John's hand is pretty good. I saw Spell Queller and a Devoted Druid there. Although Devoted Druid, of course, isn't actually very good on its own. But he also got to collect the company. Oh, but here's a Brutality from Andy. That could be...
Brutality seems great.
Yeah,
I'd say you go ahead and try to take the spell out of his hand.
Sure.
Kill the Hierarch.
We do have Minamo, so if we have our...
we got combo online.
I
got nothing. I'm just sounding insensitive.
What a ridiculous card. Like
Well, it's from Legends. Do you know the history of how Legends was made?
I have no idea.
I think it was... this is from memory. I didn't play back then, obviously. I was very young. But Legends, I think, was made by like some random college students who thought that they could make a Magic set based on their experience with Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh.
Is he pathing his Hierarch in response to...
Yeah. I guess
So
that makes sense.
So that's fine. Yeah, you're going to turn your... Yeah, if that's his only spell in hand. If it's not his only spell in hand, that's
No,
really bad.
he has to collect a company, but I mean, he's going to take collect a company no matter what, so...
Well, that's... If that's the case, then I don't like the play. I mean, was he... He had no more lands in hand?
No, he did not.
I still don't like the play then. I mean, I don't know.
But the Hierarch was going to die anyway, but I guess now you can't path like Obsidian or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you... I guess he needed the land, but... it's a fine play. If you didn't have any other spells in hand, it's a great play. With this Chord, though, I don't know. Oh, there's a Chord and a company, I see.
Yeah.
So Andy's got Gifts Ungiven Path, right?
And one land, yeah.
It's a pretty good hand.
Yeah.
If you let a Gifts Ungiven resolve, I wonder if Andy...
Oh, there it is. There's Mariek Labrie.
There it is. There, I told you, folks. Everybody was doubting me. They're like, who is this guy? He's just making this card up.
Matt, if you're
Andy
listening,
would never play
you should bring this card up on screen.
Yeah, we need to see a picture of Mary. It's Merieke. Marieke. Riberit. Riberit.
So John's just going to pass the turn. He's going to go for the end-step gifts here.
Your gifts is pretty good. I wonder if Andy gets another gifts, but he has so many options.
Here's this wild French legend we were talking about. Potentially French.
Yeah, we're saying French because we have no idea. Looks kind of... It's sort of like more like Nordic, you know?
Yeah.
I really couldn't tell you, though.
Interesting. So John opted to let the gifts resolve. He did not spell quell it.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess he must have...
I guess if you spell quell it, then he paths the queller.
Right. He
then
must
you just get the gifts.
Since Andy knew about the spell queller, John probably realized that like he had an answer for it since he wasn't just going to run his gifts into the queller. But
yeah. The old double mind game.
Yeah.
Folks, can anybody tell us what the origin of this Marieke card is?
I doubt anyone knows. The origin of it?
I just mean like the the linguistic, cultural origin.
Oh, I don't know. Berit seems French, right?
It does, but Marieke doesn't. Like I don't know. I guess I don't really know much about. Not my area of expertise. But
so I saw Andy had a Nile Spellbomb in his deck.
Also, is R-I? Is that a common?
No, I've never heard of that.
That
might be like Dutch.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's just like made
So
up.
it looks like this gifts pile is Disdainful Stroke, Fatal Push, Jace, Snapcaster.
That's a good pile. I think
he's going to give Andy the 2 interactive cards in Disdainful Stroke and Fatal Push.
interesting that Disdainful Stroke is the
counter of choice here.
Well, not only the counter of choice, but when you're tutoring, really that's the best one you had access to. Is there Yeah, I don't know. You'd think like clearly that's out of the sideboard,
Right.
and that's what you have instead of that's what you have and chose to bring in and chose to tutor here. Not a you don't have a flash freeze, and if you did, you didn't get that instead, or you don't have a negate, and if you did, you didn't get that instead.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is this? I don't think Disdainful Stroke is better than negate here. There's no.
No, there's nothing
creature
higher.
of
There's nothing
4.
4 mana or higher that's. I mean, well, actually, negate takes out Coral Helm, whereas
Yeah.
Disdainful Stroke doesn't.
I guess you can counter the infinitely big walking ballista that comes off the Vizier
with
combo.
Stroke, sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's something you could do.
Yikes,
Yep.
but you cannot counter Arrest in Peace, which is coming down here. So that's going to exile both graveyards, which does actually hinder Andy's plan here. He doesn't have any way to remove it, and he also is not going to be able to flip Jace Vryn's Prodigy through this. He did leave Obsidian on top, but he does not yet have a 5th land. He does have Mary Griever. Yeah, we got a reader on that one.
Yep. Nobody knows what it does. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So you can take your opponent's stuff, and if it gets to untap and actually do that, when they answer Mary EK, they still lose that thing. Even if she dies or leaves play for any reason, they still.
You destroy it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's pretty neat card. Can get out of hand pretty quick.
See if John has an answer to this. Reflector Mage. Yeah, that seems good. Not great, but buys him some time. John has not found another land, so pathing that play the Hierarch was actually very paid off well for him.
Yep. Anyway, I meant to finish my thought earlier about the set. The set Legends was made by a couple of like amateur Richard Garfield fans who liked Magic, and then they were just like, we should make our own set, and let's put these new kinds of creatures in it called Legends. And they named the set Legends, and then it had all these horribly designed like some of them are well designed and cool. A lot of them are just like ridiculous and make no sense. Like there's like 7 mana Esper colored 6/5s. Vanilla.
That are legendary, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, what is this?
Ramirez Di Pietro, the pirate thing, yeah.
Yeah, and they're cool in some sense, but they just like they clearly didn't understand the the subtleties of the game of Magic.
Right.
They just went for it.
So Andy is playing extremely cautious here. He could have just went with Obsidat last turn, but instead he just played Jace Vryn's Prodigy and left up his Path and his Disdainful Stroke. And John's content is going with the 2/3 beats. This is standard of old here.
Yeah.
Reflector Mage versus Jace Vryn's
That's
Prodigy.
right. That's right.
It was shortly before, well, I guess it was a while before Reflector Mage was banned, when Origins was still in the format, and Cons for that matter.
The good old days, as they say. No, I'm just kidding. Those were not good standard days.
They were great.
I was not a big fan of really any standard format involving Cons of Tarkir. I didn't like the way Company operated in standard. I did not like the rally decks. I just didn't. To me,
Yeah, those decks they're
just annoying to play against.
Yeah, they were not fun.
I also didn't like playing against Dragons of Tarkir decks. I thought like Esper Dragons and
Mardu Dragons was the bane of my existence when I started playing this game.
Yeah.
Probably told you about those stories, how I had literally never won a game where a Kolaghan resolved.
Yeah,
I just always
Kolaghan
lost.
Storm's Fury. Card is
So
good. It's just the multiple triggered team buff is like just a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And then obviously Thunderbreak Regent is terrifying.
Regent. Alright, well, Andy found a 6th land. Now he's replaying his girl. That one's going to get Spell Quelled. He's going to let that resolve, and he's got either Fatal Push or Path Forward. Fatal Push. Actually, yeah, Fatal Push does have Revolt triggered this turn, because he's going to just pass the turn instead. So John has another Rest in Peace in hand. That is not great. Basically a dead card from this point.
Yeah, this is a matchup where, like, obviously Rest in Peace is good, but you're slowing your game plan down. You're hurting your own game plan. You brought in multiples, which means when you draw multiples, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And your opponent's deck still operates through a Rest in Peace. You can always hard cast an Iona.
So, for some reason, Andy did not path Spell Queller at John's end of turn to get back his
Marique.
girl. Yeah. Okay, because he has this. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, did not see that he'd yet drawn the Supreme Verdict. That is a much cleaner answer than using your spot removal when you're going to just destroy it anyway.
I agree. I agree.
And he also has Disdainful Stroke mana up for Collected Company if John was going to go with that. But does not look like he's going to.
Yeah, so I
did we not kill? Yeah, there we go. Okay,
okay.
We killed Birds of Paradise. So now John does not have 4 mana. Let's see, he's drawn it. He's drawn his 4th mana. All right.
Mariike is an Estonian or Finnish name.
Huh. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Interesting. I would have. I mean, that's where I would have put it, right?
In that region.
Yeah, Eastern European or
Northern
North.
European.
Yeah, North European. Sure. That makes the most sense.
Glad we figured that out.
Yep. The more you know, the more you calls.
So another Reflector Mage from John to reflect Marique yet again. Oh, of course, I maybe misspoke earlier. I forgot about the second clause on Reflector Mage, which prevents somebody from replaying the card the following turn.
Right, so yeah. So you can't actually... Wait, so what happens when you... What happens if someone has spell quelled a Mariike and then... But they've also...
Another copy gets Reflector Maged?
Yeah, and then you verdict the... Or, you know, what happens if there's a card under Spell Queller...
That has been Reflector Maged?
That's been reflected, yeah. Does it...
Does it just remain in exile, I guess?
No idea.
I guess it... You
Where's
can't
Scott?
cast it.
We need our resident judge,
You can't
Scott.
cast it, so it would remain in exile. I'm going to look at the wording on Reflector Mage to be sure, but...
I think it would probably just stay in
just
exile.
as they can't cast spells with that name. I mean, you could do the same thing where you could name a card under Spell Queller with Meddling Mage, and then they couldn't cast it, probably. Or Nevermore or whatever.
Yeah, any of those effects. Gideon's Intervention.
Yeah, that creature's owner can't cast spells with the same name. Yeah, so you could I guess like lock a card underneath that somehow, but it's kind of funny.
Did you see these new, not new? I mean, there are a bunch of legacy decks trying out Sorceress Spyglass.
Yeah, that's actually I heard that
working
in Vintage
really
even it's been
so
really good.
Yeah, in Legacy and Vintage, it's extremely good. Does a lot of cool things. For one, Meddling Mage has always been good in those formats, and that makes it even better. It's just such a natural shell for it.
Here is Mary cast for the 4th time actually.
Yeah, and Pithing Needle is also super good in those formats.
Right.
And when you can blend the synergies of Pithing Needle and Meddling Mage, and blend it all into Sorcerer's Spyglass, it's a powerful effect, and I like it a lot. I saw like a Bant Zoo style deck playing True Name Nemesis, Geist of Saint Traft, and Knight of the Reliquary with like 3 Spyglasses and Meddling Mage. It was I'm like, really, this is a vintage deck? It seemed cool.
So here's John is going to play his Devoted Druid. He does actually have the Vizier in hand. But Andy has been playing very, very cautiously, as Andy usually does, and he's got plenty of answers. He hasn't wasted any spell that he didn't need to use.
Yeah.
And now he looks like he's going to be able to untap with Marique Ribéry.
Yeah, this Rest in Peace is just underwhelming.
Well, it did prevent Jace from flipping.
Yeah, it does do that all game, and that's nice.
I think Andy might have the Flame Tendrils in hand, which is pretty bad against Marique.
Yeah.
Or with Marique, I suppose.
Sure.
But it is rather good
against this board.
Yeah.
Now it won't kill the Reflector Mage, but
maybe
I can't understand bringing in 2 Rest in Peace here.
But I guess he can gain control of Reflector Mage and then wipe the board, and then because Marique dies, it'll destroy Reflector Mage.
Sure.
Instead, he's gonna steal Devoted Druid. Untap, steal Reflector. He's gonna steal both of them. Okay, so use min ammo to untap Marique and steal another creature. Now we're going with the Flaying Tendrils.
Oh, the
minimum
Marique combo. Who knew, folks? OP.
Not going with the Flaying Tendrils. Maybe I misjudged that card in his hand. No, it definitely. I mean, I don't know. It's some like promo card.
Are you sure it's not just a Goryos?
He does have Goryos as well, but it looks like a Flying Tendril is one of the promo cards.
Could be.
Well, John's board state's pretty mediocre here. And he knows he can't cast Collected Company because of this Disdainful Stroke, though I imagine at some point he just gotta, I mean, you're never gonna, there. I guess he could wait till he has a Spell Queller. Birds is attacking for 1.
That's fine.
This is where we are. Andrew is down to 6. So, yeah. We're going into Fatal Push Birds. And past the turn. Jeez, this Mariga is so good. It just gets to steal everything. Oh no, it can't be untapped. Okay, never mind.
Right.
Oh, you do it with the trigger on the stack. Okay.
Right. That's why it's such a good. So
is this the one? The hard cast Elish.
Oh baby.
that is where.
So if you were wondering how Devoted Druid can work in a mid-range shell, you just play Elishnorn and make it into a 2/4. But that's about the only way.
That's true. So John can Coco in response here now that Andy's tapped out of Disdainful Stroke, but I don't know if he finds anything irrelevant because now even the Knights died at Elishnorn since there's no graveyard.
Yeah.
Andrew knowing how to play control is the first player to look so good on this stream. The first player, I don't know about the first player.
Jeez, can I just say back to I hate to always hate on Rest in Peace when we see it brought in, but gosh, you know your opponent's on Elishnorn and you're on Knight combo, and you know that your Knights are great against Elishnorn generally, unless there's your own Rest in Peace in play, and then they always die to Elishnorn.
Wow, so this is here's a question I got for you. If we Coco into Reflector Mage plus another creature,
yeah,
and we reflect Elishnorn, our creatures still die. Yeah, never mind, because the Reflector Mage trigger goes on the
it's an ETB trigger.
Yeah, never mind, that's completely different. Yeah.
I mean, you'll still bounce Elishnorn, but
sure, but your creature obviously still die. So there's no really way. I mean,
unless that other creature is Thistledown Liege. No, wait. Yeah, unless that. No, wait. Thistledown Liege, I think, is a 2. No, it's a 2/3. If it's a Thistledown Liege, you're still fine. Yeah, that would work.
Okay, I'm glad.
Make your Reflector Mage.
We did hit Reflector Mage and Vizier of Remedies. It looks like that might be it. Yeah. I guess those are the 2 then.
Oh, just kidding. Thistledown Liege is a 1/3. Sort of like Vizier of Remedies.
Jesus.
Hey man, not everybody can have eidetic memory.
All right, well, away goes Elishnorn. And now John has a 2/3 that could block Andy's 2/3. I think we get in there anyway. Oh, no. Okay. Of course he's going to want to leave his own Reflector Mage back to block. And now we got 2 Vizier of Remedies. All right. We can play them. They can die to Elishnorn. Yeah, I don't really know. John is so far behind at this point. I'm not really sure what he can. Oh, we can't even play both of them. We only have 1 plains, 1 white source.
Wow, that's actually crazy. The unfortunate thing here is that Andy. This is the kind of thing that happens to Andy sometimes, and John is kind of enabling it right now.
He runs out of time.
He runs out of time.
Yeah.
And Andy needs to be conscious of that if he wants to actually try to win the match.
Right.
If this game ends in the next few turns, we'll have, 15 minutes left plus turns.
Right.
And for these 2, that might not be enough time. So Andy needs to be actively trying to close the game out.
Andy has full information here. If he plays Elishnorn, right,
what can go wrong? Yeah, I think you got to do it.
He's not gonna do it. He's going with Obsidat. All right, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually a little bit safer since he gained some life.
Sure. And the other thing is that it is true that if your Elishnorn gets pathed or something, then you really have to worry about putting on a clock. The same thing is true if he passed the opposite.
Somebody agreed with you about Rest in Peace. They say, as much as you seem to be beating John for Rest in Peace, you are completely right.
Well, thank you. I just don't I can understand bringing 1 in, definitely not 2.
Right.
And especially with the Knights, it just gets even more iffy to even bring the 1 in.
Sure. Well, oh yeah, John's looking at him right there.
Okay.
So John just conceded the game.
All right, I like it. It. John also wants to get to game 3.
Right.
All right, so maybe 16 minutes. Is that enough for these guys? I think so.
Yeah, probably.
I think John needs to. I think he. I don't know if he has anything to be more aggressive. Geist of St. Traft would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has those in the main or the side, but that's sort of that's the kind of thing you lose when you play this Vizier package. If you're playing these 8 worthless creatures, Devoted Druid and Vizier, you no longer have essential cards for a matchup like this, namely like a Geist of St. Traft.
So yeah, I'm thinking about this. He can't even be that aggressive. I mean, he can be aggressive, right, with like Knights, but if he has Rest in Peace, then the Knights aren't aggressive. They're the tutus.
I'm thinking that he's rethinking the Rest in Peace.
He looked at him at the bottom of his deck at the end of the game, and I think he might. He might have taken him out. So
Are you looking at the Abhorrent?
I'm looking at this Ashes of the Abhorrent. So this seems just way worse, though, right? The only effect it has is that player can't cast spells from graveyards or activate abilities from cards in graveyards. So
right. So, but
things can still come out of the graveyard. They can still be targeted. They can be reanimated.
Right. But so it shuts off. Let's think of everything it shuts off. It shuts off Snapcaster Mage.
Obviously, flashback effects.
Yeah. It's all flashbacks. So Past in Flames.
Lingering Souls.
Lingering Souls. I'm not sure you played against a deck that just has Lingering Souls.
Sure.
But against a Snapcaster Souls deck, it's maybe okay.
And you can't activate abilities of cards in graveyards, so
that's relevant for
your bridge from below. No, that's a triggered ability.
No, it's relevant for the ability Scavenge.
Yeah.
It's relevant for Embalm.
I guess that's why it was printed in Standard.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's relevant for it's relevant to fight your opponent's Havengul Lich.
Sure.
Deck. Their Havengul Lich deck is probably full of. Never. I got nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very.
No,
good.
but so I think the Snapcaster Mage lingering the Past in Flame Snapcaster Mage Lingering Souls are all fine. The problem is none of those cards are played in the same deck.
Well, except Esper.
Yeah, Esper could play Snap and Lingering.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem great. Yeah, this the person that agreed with you on the Rest in Peace says that Standard Knightfall is much better than the Vizier lists as well.
Say what?
They agreed that Standard Knightfall is much better than the Vizier lists.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand why people play this Vizier list. It's like they took a great deck and took the best thing about it and just bastardized it.
I'm not sure this is a time-considered pile shuffle here, but no, Baba Gadoosh. Bada Gaboosh. We were talking about
a lesser-known cousin of. Okay, sorry. What
anyway, we were talking about Ashes of the Abhorrent as a replacement for Rest in Peace. And conclusion is much worse.
Yeah.
much worse. Don't play it.
So that's all it says is cast cards in graveyards
and activate abilities of cards. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's missing the crucial Grafdigger's Cage clause, which is enter the field of play from your graveyard or library.
That would be good.
Yeah, if it were a 2-mana white Grafdigger's Cage that had the life clause, that seems fair, but it sort of looks like they made this card intentionally worse than Grafdigger's Cage.
So it looks like both players kept 7, I think. Yeah. And he does have a Supreme Verdict in hand, so that could come in handy again this game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I saw John, I don't know if this was a sideboard option, he brought in Cressile Pride Mage. That might have been since he saw Detention Sphere, or maybe he just has those main, but...
Yeah, Pride Mage seems... At the very least, Pride Mage is a good beater.
Right.
2/2 Exalted for 2. So that's nice. Detention Sphere, that seems a little loose. Just for for that only that
right,
one
to
purpose.
Bring it in just for that, yeah.
But is there something else we're not thinking of in the deck?
No. Well, I did see a Nile Spellbomb in Andy's list. I don't know why. But
you don't usually.
You're never gonna. Yeah, that's not relevant. You can make him not draw a card.
Sure.
Or you can force him to blow it up before you play your Eternal Witness. That doesn't help you.
No, no, it doesn't.
So we'll see if Andy has Jace here. No, instead it's going to be a Brutality. Gonna kill that and use the pseudo duress effect. So we're going to take Collected Company, which I think leaves Spell Queller and Pride Mage in John's hand. Yeah. So unfortunately, the Vizier is not immune to minus effects in general, just -1/-1 counters. Minus effects would be ever so slightly more relevant, I suppose. I mean, it would just be a better card overall in that case, but. So John does land his. Oof. This looks like a really good start for Andy. He's already got Goryo's Vengeance here on 3 to reanimate Obsidian that he discarded to Brutality.
That's pretty aggressive.
Which is exactly what he wants to be doing.
And it doesn't look like John has the path. He's just got Spell Queller, Coco land.
Yeah. And you're just gonna throw
throw the Pride Mage in front of it.
Sure. So I think John's out here now is getting a combo.
When was the last time anybody chumped against the Esper deck on the Esper player's turn 3?
Well, that's exactly. I mean, that's the most powerful thing this Esper deck can do, right?
Yeah.
Is Obsidian on turn 3. I mean, yeah, exactly where you want to be. There's only. I mean, there's really only. There has to be exactly that sequence, right? Because how else do you discard Obsidian before? I guess you can use Jace. I guess Jace can do it.
Yeah.
But.
I love how Andy's got the Creeping Tar Pits in here for the reach.
Yeah.
I like it.
Does not have any Schmambling Vents, I don't think.
He might have one. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems good to shore up your burn matchup.
Sure.
And Andrew's deck is a little bit clunky because it's got so many things going on. It's like half a control deck, half a gifts deck, half a strange combo deck.
So John's going to go main phase Coco here. He needs to find some combo pieces, I think.
Birds,
Duskwatch.
Cord, Dustwatch,
Well,
Witness.
Okay,
Okay, E-Witness is fine.
So I guess you go Witness Watch.
Yeah, unless you need more mana for
yeah.
something.
All right, he's going to
Okay, he's going to get the birds.
He's going to return Coco. Yeah, I mean, West in Peace is even worse, too, with Ewit in your deck.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I don't play Rest in Peace. I mean, my deck is very the main deck I play in Modern is very similar to John's here, to the extent that it has
Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah. And
birds.
I just don't like Rest in Peace in Knight decks. But you're right. Yeah, Ash of the Abhorrent doesn't have the same power level.
All right, I got a real weird question
things.
for you. So is it slightly P-view that you're playing your Noble Hierarchs and they tap for blue mana, but you're not playing blue in your deck?
It makes me a little mad, and sometimes I actually like to pretend that
it's a Naya.
Yeah,
Naya Hierarch.
Yeah, that Noble Hierarch is a Naya card, despite the fact that I know that Exalted is a Bant, tribal mechanic from the days of that shard.
I imagine that would slightly annoy you.
It makes me mad. Well, it doesn't make me. What it makes me really want to do is put a breeding pool in the deck and play some blue cards. But yes, it does make me mad.
Do you play Reflector Mage in Knightfall? John is playing Reflector Mage.
Yeah, a lot of people really dislike it. It's a very polarizing card. It's really good in some matchups. In others, it's just the worst. It's a 3-mana 2/3, and you're like, why am I playing this?
Yeah. So John is trying to set up a Reflector Mage here. He got one because he's responding to the Obsidian trigger, so he can find Reflector Mage and bounce it back to Andy's hand, which is a pretty good play. It'll buy him some time. In fact, it'll buy him, yeah. This is before attacks. Although this is running into the Supreme Verdict that John is not aware Andy has. Interestingly, this is actually rather unfortunate, right? You can't Supreme Verdict when you have Obsidian in his blinking phase because you'll get rid of him.
Not unless you got a Quicken.
Well, right, but John did not go with the Reflector Mage. Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, yeah, if it were a Reflector Mage, then Andy would love the verdict.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead, he's animating Creeping Tar Pit.
I guess maybe he knows that Andy has the verdict.
Yeah. That's interesting. Do you play Reflector? It's not. Yeah, Reflector Mage is good versus Eldrazi and Shadow, not great against the rest of the field. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like to have something like Geist in that slot instead.
Oh man. Okay. We could have something here. So we got the. John might win the game here. It depends what he finds off his Coco. So he's casting Vizier, and he's going to respond. But John has a Spell Queller in hand, so he can quell that and make infinite mana. But he's only got Coco, so he has to find. Actually, I don't know if he can do it, right? Because he put the Duskwatch to the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
Well,
he
do you think he has another one?
I'm not sure.
Well, but I'm sorry. Does the Vizier have? Yeah, the Vizier's got. It's not got Summoning Sickness. Okay, so yeah, respond with the Queller.
All right. So that's good. So he did get to infinite mana here. At the brink of defeat.
All right, let's see what he can do with it. He's got the Cord.
Yeah, we
right,
gotta find
the
something
company.
here. We found Reflector Mage.
Witness.
Cord.
Okay.
No, it doesn't help him unless he has a Cord in his graveyard. Although he does get to dig a lot here. Yeah, he's got Cocos in his yard, so he can get 2 E-Witnesses, get back 2 collecting companies. But the problem is, with Duskwatch all the way at the bottom, is he going to be able to get there? I don't think so.
No, it's fine. I mean, he's got in. So why can't he just? So he's going to company, but there's the Walking Ballista. But he'll shuffle that to the bottom.
Right. So that finds nothing. And then he's got the second Coco, and the second Coco doesn't find anything. He's got 3 Eternal Witnesses in play.
Yeah, but why can't he just Cord for the?
He doesn't have Cord. Cord was in his collected company pile.
Isn't there not? There's not one in the. There's no Cord.
No,
in the
there's
yard?
no. There's only Cocos in the yard.
Ah.
So he's gonna put Ballista in the yard. Okay. Yeah, because then if
And
he finds another witness,
he hopes to get it back with another witness. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is gonna be it. I found a Coco. That's not it. Land, no. Cord,
Cord.
no.
Hierarch.
No. Reflector Mage, no. Oh. Wow. And now he's gonna get verdicted.
Now he's gonna get verdicted. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh baby. Whew.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, that's game. Yeah, because the Creeping Tarpon plus the Obsidian Drain just kills
sure.
it.
Yeah, he's a 5.
Wow. That was so unfortunate. So I wonder. Well, so it actually. This is really interesting, right? He took the birds over that Duskwatch Recruiter, which seemed weird to us, right? All he did with the birds was chump block. But if he hadn't chump blocked, he would have been dead. So no matter what he picked there, he would have had.
But
to
then
chump block
Duskwatch would have been in the graveyard, and he
for
could,
Eternal
and he
Witness,
could,
right?
Duskwatch would have been in the graveyard from the chump, get it with the witness, make
And then-
infinite mana, draw the
right.
ballista. Holy shit!
Yeah, that would have done it.
Whew.
Man.
Jeez.
What a great game, and yeah, they managed to finish in time too. That was a really excellent match.
Yeah, I can't get behind the Vizier deck, the Vizier Nightfall. I just don't.
Yeah,
But no, great match.
Yeah, so with this short time left on the round, we're gonna take a short break here. We'll be back in a few minutes for round 4. Hope you guys have been enjoying the commentary so far. Don't go anywhere.